Opencode is a free and open source AI agent which can turn your entire computer into an AI powered machine. This program alone can do anything on your computer. Especially if you are using Linux, you can tell it to do anything and it will do it. No matter whatever the problem is, as long as it's on your computer, you can just ask it and it will solve it like in few minutes. I will give you more examples, but let's learn how to install it with just 2 clicks. So go to their website and copy this curl command. Then open a terminal, paste that command and enter. And once the download is complete, close that terminal and open a new one and there type Opencode. Hit enter and it will launch Opencode. It's exactly like ChatGPT, but it can control your computer. So let's ask it to do something. So if I ask it to change my wallpaper, I am using Arch Linux by the way, then within few minutes it can change my wallpaper. And not just that, I can ask it to do very complex tasks. For example, I have this audio file and I can tell it to transcribe it and create a file of that transcription. So here first it's downloading all the necessary packages. So it already detected that I have FFmpeg installed and currently is downloading a transcription model. Once the downloading is completed, it started transcribing it and now I can just tell it to create a file and there we have our file. And if we open it, we can see we have our transcription. And now we can ask it to do anything. Like if I have an audio problem on Linux, which is very common, I can just tell it to fix it and it will find the necessary drivers and update them and it will fix my problem. So I thought it's very cool. I learned this about from this video. It was a great video. I would highly recommend you to check out. Link in the description. Also, I would like to warn you because it can delete your files and make changes. So it can delete some important files, although it's going to ask you for the sudo privileges before it deletes them, but I will still recommend you to be careful because it can break your whole system. So keep in that mind, you can use it, although it does hallucinate after like 15 chats. By the way, you can just press Ctrl P and from here switch session where you basically have all the chat history. Yeah, so from here you can switch between different chats. And I actually haven't been facing any issues. Like it's almost solves all of the problems that I face on my computer. Sometimes it does needs hand holding, but for most of the basic tasks, it just does right away. And also it can run in the background, so I can just give it a command and like watch a YouTube video or play games and it's going to be fixed by the time I'm finished. So yeah, use it carefully and let me know what you think.